I asked you to download some stuff first.
I did.
And
I did.
let's show our viewers what I asked you to download so they can go along and code along if they want to, which would be really cool. That's what we're doing it for. So that not only you, but also hopefully the viewers can learn how to code and maybe have some fun with it. Right, so the first thing I asked you to download is Node.js. So Node.js is basically a runtime environment for JavaScript. And before you ask, a runtime environment is...
I know. Yeah, I would have asked that. That's true.
A runtime environment is basically there so you can execute your code. So you write your code and then you can, as the name suggests, run it. And what I wanted you to download and what I want you, the viewer, to download is the LTS version. LTS stands for long time support. So this gets updated over the time and for a longer time, where this current version is more prone to bugs because they don't update it as often. Yeah, so you did download that and you installed it. And the second one is, there you go, is VS Code. So VS Code is a code editor. This is basically like a very fancy notepad. So if you have like your text edit, it's called, on macOS, you could technically write code there. It's just not very user friendly and you probably wouldn't want to use it. So this gives you like some features, like it highlights the code for you so it looks nice and you can see stuff more clearly, and it gives you code completion. So kind of like suggests what code you want to write to some, at least to like some point, which we'll get into later a bit as well. And yeah, so we've got it all set up there. And if you open VS Code now, then, sorry, let's restart that. Right, so you should be presented with a blank screen like this. And I will first show you how to do it. And you don't have to code along, but...
well, I couldn't, so...
or you don't have to, like, I will show you how to set up a TypeScript project first.
Yeah.
And then I will let you do it and guide you through it, and we can look at your screen together. Right, so, by the way, as a viewer, if you want to code along later on, then you don't have to download it all right away if you don't want to. There's also this playground that TypeScript provides. So, yeah, so those are all comments. We could technically remove that, but that right up here is some example code. And if you click run here, then on the right side, it executes the code. So we have
so basically playground sounds like a little better fit for me. Why don't we use that?
Because right now we like, you're right, if you want to do it in the beginning, then it's probably just want to play around with it. It's quite good, but we want to make this into a longer series, hopefully, and reiterate over the stuff we've been to, and this probably doesn't save your state. And
okay, so this is just fire and forget. And
exactly, yeah. Okay, and gotcha. This is also like just a single file. So if you want to have multiple files of code, then that's not going to be possible here.
Good to know.
Yeah. So this is like a very basic thing. For today, it would absolutely suffice. Like,
okay, so it's just for trying things out at the moment. Just
that's right. Yeah.
Just looking what's happening. If you want to do a quick look. Okay.
Exactly. So yeah, the links are all
so
here.
These are the two things you need. Node.js and the VS Code.
That's it. Yeah, just Node.js and
nothing
the
more.
code
And you
editor.
can be becoming a web developer, right?
Absolutely.
Just
Yeah.
with these 2 things.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah. That's
Isn't it? I really
yeah.
think
No.
that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Like it's not as complex as you would think, maybe.
Yeah.
But hold your horses because this is the part where it gets
Alright.
more complicated.
Oh, yeah.
So I've also linked you, because this is a bit more tricky. I've also linked you this website from DigitalOcean, which tells you how to set up a TypeScript project, because that can be a bit complicated.
Mhm.
But yeah, especially if you're like a beginner. But there's just some easy to follow steps. So first of all, we need to open like some directory, and maybe you can create a file first. I've done that already here under my development, and then tutorials, and let's say intro to JS. I have this folder here. I want to open it. So we're going ahead there. Right. So now on the right here, you can see this folder, and if you go back to the website, it tells you some steps that you should do to start a project. So what those are for your terminal commands. And if you go back, you don't really have a terminal here, but that's one of the good things about VS Code, is that it ships its own terminal. So if you go up here and then click New Terminal, then right down here, it will open one up for you. So basically, through the terminal, you can interact with your computer in a different way.
Mhm.
And for example, if I go ls, then it just lists me all the files here. So you can see, for example, there's my example folder, my part 1 folder, my readme file, and those are all down here. And if I want to create a folder, I use the mkdir command. This is just a shorthand for make directory. Yeah, that's right.
You know, when I was younger, I grew up with this. Yeah, like everybody who's as old as me know this. What's out there? No, but yeah.
Right. That's I mean, that's good. So you give a bit of a head start there.
Yeah, but it's some time ago.
Yeah.
I don't want to see the years. I don't want to say it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Thanks.
So we
So okay, what did we just do? You just opened the file you already prepared, right?
It's just a folder, so there's nothing there yet.
Okay.
And so we copy this first command. This creates a folder called TypeScript project. You can name it whatever you want. I will, if I remove this, I can just paste it in here. And when I hit enter, it creates, as you can see here on the right, an empty folder called TypeScript project. Yeah. Now, if I copy this command right here.
Oh, I know what this is.
Yeah. Do you want to tell me?
It's change directory.
Yes,
right? Yes.
Very good. Nice. So if we hit change directory.
Good old days.
Yeah, so if we hit change directory, you can see here we've been in the intro to TypeScript folder before. Now we're in the TypeScript project folder. And now this command.
Well, it already says it. I'm also. Yeah, it's just read that.
Yeah. Now this command we just pasted in.
npm.
npm I TypeScript. So this basically, you don't really have to understand it yet. That's a bit complicated. We'll probably get into it in the future.
Yeah.
But if we open up this folder right here, it created those 1, 2, 3 files, or rather those 2 files in one folder for us. And you could kind of say that it installed TypeScript, but what it exactly did, we'll just, like I said, we'll get into it in the future. And yeah. So the next command right here is to initialize the project. We'll just paste that in here as well. That like the init gives it away a bit. And that creates this tsconfig file. So yeah, that's like a lot, and you don't have to know what's in here yet. Like I said, there's there's a lot, and I don't know about all of that. It gives you like a bit of an explanation here, what everything means, and you can basically configure your project here. But for now, that's like nothing that we really need. Or maybe we'll just make one small change later on. Right, so and if we go back here onto our TypeScript project folder and hit new file and maybe call it script.ts, then that's already our TypeScript our TypeScript file. So
another quick question.
Yes.
Do you have to do this every time you're going to
have the
a new
thing
project?
Is the
because
thing
if why just don't have it as default?
Yeah, that's a very good question, and I too think that it's a bit annoying. Like, there's so much you have to go through here. But to be honest, what we're doing here is like a command line program. So basically, we write some code here, and it prints out the code in the terminal. Like, it will print out in here later our code. And usually, in the most real-world projects, there's like some automated tools that create those projects for you.
Okay.
So yeah, right now we don't really need it, but yeah, just so you know, like that's not always all the struggle that you have to go through. It can be a lot easier. And right, so if we, like I was about to say, if we go here and just maybe copy this code, paste it in here and save it, then go back. So we have our first code here. And if we hit the next command down here, npx tsc, then it will compile the code for us, or transpile it rather. So what you can see now is that it created this script.js file. So basically, like I said, TypeScript is a superset of JavaScript. So what this TypeScript compiler does, or transpiler does, that it translates this TypeScript code to JavaScript.
Okay.
Yeah. So if we want to run the code now, we just say node, which is the thing we installed earlier, if you remember.
I do.
And hit say that we want to run script.js, then we will get hello world here. And that's exactly what we said we want here. So I know that it's a lot, and
a little bit,
yeah. There's a lot to set up here, but we'll go through all of it again. That's why I said that we can do it together later. And right, so
that's just the basic setup. Now we could start, right?
Now we could start. We would be good to go.
Is there anything else you would have to do?
That's it. We're good to go now after that.
Okay.